Pisces, how you doing? The waiting room or the waiting game, or Michael Douglas, or the waiting room, and it could be something to do with around surgical spirit or waiting on a message from spirit before I know what I can do. You could be dealing with a number 2, it could be Libra, it could be a number that adds up to 2. Pisces, here we go again. So how are you? This is not a tarot reading. This is me doing some intergalactic channeled messages for you, and then your actual tarot reading will come out separately after this, okay? But I'm hearing seprophilia. You could really be dealing with septicemia, also septicemia, or sensimelia, or mycelia, but like septicemia, they're saying, or septum, a nose septum, something to do with around someone's nose, something to do around someone's breathing maybe, and a deviated septum, or the name Devi, or DVD, or something like that, or like a deviated septum of something around breathing, or a scepter. A scepter, they keep saying scepter. Okay, so this could have anything to do with around breathing apparatus, and it might be yourself. Are you a Pisces, Steve? Yes. It's going to be very difficult for me to channel your messages because I am a Pisces. Up there, the Pisces crew. But something to do with around the crew, Bonnie McGrew, or a crew of people, or a crow. So you might have something to do with around a Capricorn, because I'm picking up Raven, or John Craven. But Raven is Devil's Messenger, and that actually came up through a last reading. But I think a lot of you have got a devil child, which means that you have a child that could be a Pisces, Gemini / Capricorn, or Capricorn / Gemini. If you don't know anything about how I read numerology videos, all exactly as they have been in the description provided below. Okay, if you get very lost with why or how, and you got questions, they're all in videos that are provided in links. Okay. So something to do around LinkedIn. Some of you might be joining LinkedIn, or Link Me In, or Luke, the name Luke, or just can you just look me up, okay? Or Luke in a book, someone that could be the name Luke, or someone that lives up north and they told, hey Luke, just Luke, okay? Or Luke Skywalker, or the name Walker, okay, the name Walker, or something like a walking stick, or someone that might have like needs a walking stick, or a physical aid of helping to walk. Okay, so it could be like elderly person, it could be your grandparents or something like that, but someone's really struggling in walking at the moment because of an ailment, and it might be because I'm picking up like a walking stick or a walking aid. So something like that. So you could work at a hospital, blah blah blah, but it could be your grandparents, of someone that needs like a walking stick or something like that, okay? Or your parents, whichever way, but I'm definitely picking up like a walking stick. Okay, so I'm also hearing I need some first aid as well. So some of you, like I said, it might be where you're taking a first aid class, or it's something to do around breathing and something like that. Okay, and I need to help, I need an aid, someone to aid me or help me, or the name Adrian, or ADD positive, or something like that. But I need something to do with blood work, blood group, and I need something back where it might be ABB positive, or Abby, or ADD positive, or some kind of like syndrome, Down syndrome, or something like that, or but seprophilia, also like emotional intelligence. So you definitely got to be dealing with like a Gemini / Capricorn, of like, I'm finding it very difficult to be emotionally stimulated, okay, within my mind, to find anybody or anything that can like stimulate my mind. Like I'm finding it very difficult in order to be able to get somebody on the same wavelength as me. Okay, so somebody that can do pretty much what I do. So basically, I don't know if a lot of you follow, obviously, like a lot of people say they follow Alchemy and you and Natalie. She has a lot of the same placements as me, so that kind of thing. Like I'm trying to find someone that can give me answers to something that has some more substance to the energy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like that you've got this thing where I need to find a Stephen King or a Lion. You could be dealing with a Leo, so like Leo / Aquarian, but 8, okay? And I'm needing to find some information out where it is to do around breathing, okay, or to work with, okay, something that's going to work for me. I don't want someone that's not going to work with me or for me. I need someone that's going to work evenly. Okay, so if you're like looking for someone to work with, you need to find someone that can pretty much work well with others, okay? But like work well with others, or it doesn't work very well with your mothers. Well, that's been going on for ages. Could be dealing with like a lovers, which would mean like a Gemini also / Capricorn, paradox energy of the same placements of around like Aquarian, or something like that, but a paradox. Okay, paranoia is also here. Someone maybe from Australia, because I would pick up Ozzy Osbourne, Paranoid. Okay, but something like that, some kind of like paranoia is set in, something around your mother maybe, something like that, finding something out. if you have any kind of placement of 8 where that works out around Aquarius, y'all really need to take heed of those messages. Okay, a lot of the channel stuff, but definitely the extended version. Y'all need to be very careful if y'all involving anybody around like Leo, Aquarius, mothers, grandmothers, that kind of thing. It's well worth a watch, because like I said, your number can mean your life path number, someone else's life path number, anybody, but take somebody that you have a lot of beef with, your life path, their life path number, add those up together, and the trine number is your karmic number, not on any app or anything like that, is a major arcana. It's what's going to happen in your life, very major, like a major arcana card. It'll be something that you can't avoid. Okay, that'll be your trine number. So that would be a major arcana card. So when you've got these numbers, you can add them together and come up with this number. And there's a video provided below that will tell you what major events you're going to have with that star sign. So you can find that number, watch the star sign, look for that star sign in cards that come up through multiple readings that I do, and you'll see the pattern. You'll start to see, oh shit, okay, that's the shit that I'm in. Okay, so that's the ship that I'm in, so that's a 6, so something around Gemini and Capricorn energies, okay, and that's the ship that I'm in, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so for a lot of you, you're in the ship, okay? You're probably in a boozer or in a pub called the Ship or Walk the Dog, but like you're in this ship and you're in this 6 of Swords, 6 energies, definitely like 6 of Wands, 6 of everything, like 6, like Capricorn / Gemini energies, right? Devil, child, like I'm paranoid and everything else, and there's a lot going on, right? So come out of those static messages. Pisces. What I'm feeling around you, like I said, it's something, they keep saying like it's duplicating, like numbers are like not adding up. Well, it's around a Libra. It's something that doesn't make sense, something that is not adding up, something that doesn't work out. So like you keep arguing, you keep breaking up, splitting up, breaking up, arguing, like it, but it's around a 2. Doesn't have to be, but it would be a major arcana, this number, okay? But it's around this energy. And it's around, it just doesn't work. I keep trying to do something, but this doesn't work. And it's kind of like trying to find a better energy that works with you. Okay, now this might mean something around your work that is happening where it's not working, so you need some sort of like aid or help for something that doesn't work, and you need something like that, okay? But I'm also hearing like I might need first aid, okay? I might need first aid. So, I mean, it might be like myself, like I said, CPAP, and I'm waiting for my machine to turn up. So it's something around breathing, or around breeding. Something is breeding. Brady, the name Brady, or Briny, or Brain. Check out the brains on Brad. But like Brainy or Briny, okay. But I need to find something out. Again, man, this is coming out through the Aquarian reading / Leo, trickling into this reading. Okay. It's someone that's trying to find something in your life, or you or somebody is trying to find something. Like they keep trying to find out access and gain access to information to a child or something like that, or gain access to the Akashic records or something that I already have. But like I'm trying to like gain access to something that I can't get on. Like I've been blocked or I've been cut out and I've been told no. Okay, but I keep trying to gain access, but my child has told me no. So you might be a grown adult, but is a child of a person. You keep telling them no, and this person makes you feel bad, the fact that you have to say no. Okay, so you're dealing with a narc there somewhere that you have to say no. It's very difficult too, but no, there's no limit, so I have no more limits. Okay, you've drawn right up to my limit. Okay, Sky is the limit, Skylar, Tyler, okay, but drawing my limit. I've pretty much had enough of it, and I've had enough of Steve, or like had enough of it, and I can't do this anymore. Okay, so I'm not taking it anymore. So you've got 7 of Swords, okay, in my head. Can't take this anymore. Some of you are metaphysically connected with the person and you just can't take your awakening anymore, but you really have to watch the informative messages through Aquarius, because I always say this to you, Pisces, I'm sorry, but a lot of your messages, they relate to the same kind of thing, a lot of the same info, okay. Metaphysically, okay, so your mind is a sponge, right? SpongeBob SquarePants, but it is a sponge, okay? And it's pretty much you know, your mind expands, and then people start like deleting and retracting their statements, which is like a, you know, going back and deleting all of my comments and making sure that my twin flame can't see me and all of that shit, right? And that I need to retract my statement and delete the message, and then I need to like make another account and then come up with another password for my like Google account or for another account, and I've joined an account, but then I can't remember, was that on Facebook, Google or whatnot, and I've made that many sort of like, or this person has made that many different accounts through being fucking like, feel as if they're being, oh man, I keep hearing that, please no gang stalking, because I've got no idea what all of that is, gang stalking. You know, someone that's riddled with PTSD, okay, has a lot of PTSD, and has changed a lot of like, and it came up in the Aquarius reading, it's changed a lot of passwords, had different emails, changed the password, joined things with like Facebook, lost the, you know, then closed everything down because they feel like that they're being hounded or are being hounded. But majority, that's an awakening. It is so frustrating. Okay, I've lost my mind, I've changed my account, I've changed my password, I've changed my number, now I can't remember what my password is or what my number is, and then I've joined something and I can't get off it or on it, and like I'm locked in, locked out of an account that was mine but it isn't, and like, I don't know, man, there is such confusion in this energy, man. Y'all gonna have to work that out yourselves. I can't help you through PTSD. Okay, something like that I've been locked in or locked out of something and I can't get in anymore. Like I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll knock your house in. So you could be living there with a person like that, and you're trying to keep everything private from these people. Like, I don't want these people knowing what I'm doing or saying, and I'm trying to keep my private life separate from my love life, okay? And I'm trying to keep my work life separate from my love and partner, something like that, and I'm trying to keep things separate, okay? So it's kind of like that, like, okay, I need to keep this separate from this bit, and I need to keep this separate and this separate and this separate. So you've kind of got this where you're doing things separately, okay, separately. Different, something different and separately. But the hearing separaphilia, well, you've got is, that's Gemini. Me, I have it in a moon and also Mars. Okay. But trust me, I've had people in the past that said, oh, I'm so intelligent. Right? And they've ended up being, oh man, sorry, but that's really ringing a bell of old butchery there. Oh, Jesus. But yeah. I don't know what that's for, where that's coming from. It just triggers me off when I can remember a person saying that. Oh God, no, that wasn't. That was called narcissism. That was not. That was a tactic of trying to get what I wanted by knocking people off. Okay, that wasn't intelligence. That was stupidity, really. But yeah. Because it was like, I'm attracting everybody in through my intelligence, but then controlling them and knocking them off. And was non-committal energy. Okay, so you could be dealing with like a 7 energy or a Cancerian, but something that doesn't stay around long. Okay, it doesn't stay long. You see, I've got this notion of this, like, I'm not staying around for this shit. Like, I am not. Like, you do not emotionally stimulate me. Like, it is so frustrating and so boring and so, like, I'm so fed up around a situation. This doesn't have to be your lover, it can be your mother, they're saying, but something where you kind of like talk, you do not get on whatsoever, there is no emotional, or like the conversation is anything other than meaningless, okay, and then it's kind of like, y'all just don't get me, and it's so frustrating that it's kind of like, I ain't taking this shit no more and I'm out, okay, because it does nothing but emotionally, someone's an emotional manipulator. They manipulate your emotions because they also do not emotionally stimulate you within your mind. And so someone's trying to control your mind. So you've got a huge narcissistic energy here, Piscean. Okay, but raise your hands. Right? Raise your hands up, lift your hands up. Put your hands up, put your hands. Oh, bless my soul for a while. And my body, feel my soul, alright. But I wait and I feel alright now. Oh Lord, get me, and I feel all right now. Is what I'm hearing. Oh, I feel all right now. See, again, you've got huge references. Is so annoying. Sorry, I've got to try not to get annoyed. It's somebody that keeps trying to make you feel all right now, but then make you feel bad at the same time. You've got a huge narcissistic energy here. They pull a guilt trip. This person pulls guilt trips, and they make you feel guilty. And then when you do, you end up buckling in and saying okay, and then they end up knocking you off again. Okay, you got a guilt trip. It's like, oh no, it's okay, I feel okay now, and they act as if like nothing's happened, like absolutely nothing's happened whatsoever, or Trevor, okay, but they act as if absolutely nothing has happened whatsoever, and they kind of like talk to you as if like, well no, I forgot the fact that I've knocked you off, like I forgot all of that, and you're like, well I fucking haven't, do you know what I mean? So you've got that very, very frustrating energy of where someone just appears up like exactly like they did in the Aquarian reading, okay, or / Leo reading, and it's a person that is pretty much like, oh no, it's okay, lovey, I forgot all about all that now, never mind, let's crack on and do it again. And then you go through the same cycle, and then as soon as you start, or Michael, and then you start speaking again, and then the person just does it again, and they build you up, they get your emotions all like opened up, ready to knock you off again, and then there you go again, and then they hit the tower, and then it's like, there you go again, you're doing it again, aren't you? Like, and then they blame you, and then you're like, oh, I'm not surprised because you're a narc anyway. And then they do it again, and then this person is a raving lunatic. Okay, so that's whoever that is for you in your messages there. But again, whoever done it before is doing it again. Whoever done it, Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine. Some of you are really dealing with the same thing that you've always dealt with, which is children, exes, and your partner. You're going through the same thing. You live with the same people, they're doing the same thing. The narcs are all doing the same thing, you're doing the same thing. Okay, could be Stephen King doing the same thing. Okay, going over the same old ground, doing the same stuff for your last week. So whatever happened before around a narc, that's going to happen again, probably has and will, and continue to happen. Okay, so beware of those. Something also though, like I said, around this, waiting for something, like waiting for something to happen. Like I'm just, well, okay, that came out for another reading, which was an Aquarian. So Aquarius / Leo, like waiting for something to happen, something big is about to happen, but I'm waiting for it to happen. So you could be dealing with a 7, okay, which would be also like a Cancerian possible, but I'm waiting for something to happen, and it's, I know that it's going to happen, and I know that it's going to happen, and bam, yes, there you go, it happens again. So if you make up with an arc, pretty much they do it again. If you make up with an arc, bam, pretty much they do it again. If you make up with an arc and you forgive them, and they play the whole heart problem string thing or whatnot, and then they bam, they flip again, and then they do it again, and then they play on your emotions, they get you to do it again, you make another mistake, bam, they do it again. If you make a mistake, they'll hold you up on it, they pull you up on it, and bam, they flip the script, and then they do it again, and then you knock them off, they knock you off, you pretty much go your own separate ways, then they completely and utterly forget the fact that they've done that, and then they try to get you going again, and then bam, they do it again, and then fuck, this is like hell. This person's got to be the biggest narc on earth, right? Well, like, it's exactly the same thing. Someone plays on your emotions, and they sit and stalk and wait for you, but that's not a gang stalker, that's someone that's physically at home, okay, at home, and if that is happening, then move, okay, but like, like, you know, someone that pretty much makes you feel very uncomfortable when you go out into the vicinity of the kitchen or to the house or to the home or something like that. They know that that makes you feel uncomfortable, and then they pretty much come over to make you feel uncomfortable to get you to respond, and then when you respond, then you pretty much go your separate ways, and then the next day they've acted as in like Jekyll and Hyde, or Jackie, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, or like completely acts as if nothing's happened, that they forgot the whole lot, and basically they go and do it again. And you are dealing with a narcissist. Straight up sociopath, narcissist, gaslighting. 100%. I can't really give it any clearer or any plainer than that. I mean, who is sick to death of the old narcs up here? Anybody? Right, but yeah, y'all got that. It's just someone that just makes you feel very, very uncomfortable. Pretty much when you get home, they pretty much come out of their closet or whatnot, or come out of their shell, Michelle or something, or they come out of their closet, and they pretty much make you feel extremely uncomfortable for just being you, or alchemy and you, okay? Or they just make you feel extremely uncomfortable for just being and doing what you do and how you channel and do whatever it is that you do, and it's around your work and your job, and they make you feel very like shit and uncomfortable for just basically being who you are, you Natalie, but just for being who you are. Never mind, Natalie, don't worry about these people, okay? If anybody wants to give word to Natalie, but don't worry about that, it's just, I get it too, okay? But yeah, people make you feel very uncomfortable basically just for being the person that you are and the gift that you have and the special person that you really are. People they're not forgiving of that. And if you have a very big energy, the same as mine, I mean, am I channeling for Natalie here? I don't know. But like, if you have a very big problem with someone around this, they're just trying to make you feel extremely uncomfortable, okay? And they're trying to make you cry, is what I'm hearing. Like, they're trying to make you cry, and they're trying to make you feel accountable for your mistakes. And they what they do is they play on your heartstrings, and they confuse you that much that they this came up in the Sagittarius reading. Parlez-vous anglais en juju? Well, like yeah, like the French accent, the French et le bonjour. Are you alright there, Del Boy? You alright, Derek? Are you getting on? Parlez-vous anglais, mon genou? You alright there, Nige? But well, like yeah. Parlez-vous anglais? No, bruv, you got it wrong, bruv. That was like a singer, wasn't it? Yeah, well, Italian is near France, isn't it, Derek? Parlez-vous anglais? No, of course it ain't. That's a glazed bun, Derek. No, it ain't. It's a French accent. You see, you gotta have humour. Y'all gotta have humour, right? You gotta have humour. So, you gotta have a humour. You gotta have a tumour. Oh, okay. What's this about a tumour? A tumour. A tumour or tumour? Tumour. I don't know what that is. Hopefully that's not a tumour. Okay, so I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know where that's coming from or what, but I did hear tumour. Okay, a tube, also a tube. YouTube or a tube. Well, that would be me sucking on this mask when I get my CPAP. Okay, so a tumour or a tube or something like that, or something that's in the brain. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's getting slightly, I'm not sure. Okay, Gary or Shaw. Okay. But like this I don't know, it's like something medical that you need to try and find out about. Okay, if you're having an awakening, do not go to the doctors because there is no cure for it. Okay, eccentricness, there is no cure for being eccentric either. Okay, oh, okay, I'm hearing the cure for cancer. Somebody's trying to find the cure for cancer or something like that, or you're dealing with a 7 or a Cancerian. But I definitely keep hearing that somebody is trying to find the cure for a tumour or something like that, needing to go for an operation because somebody could have... Oh, okay. So I do apologise for those messages there, Pisces. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if someone's trying to find a cure for something. Okay, trying to find a cure. Lush, because I'm picking liqueur. Liqueur. So someone that's a lush that drinks, or lush, right, lush. But like, yeah, liqueur. The liqueur. Anyway, yeah. So some of you, like I said, you're just hounded by this person that constantly makes you feel bad, upset, and tries to make you cry. And if not, they try to make you feel down by putting something in your, like, you know, saying that something is happening and going on. And then when you say no, they make you feel bad, right? They make you feel bad, and they make you sit back on your own and think, you know what, that's horrible, the fact that I have to do that. Okay, and then when you do it, they make you regret doing it. So, you know, I get that a lot. You know, you end up feeling bad, the fact that that you have to say no and that you can't do things. And, I mean, it's a shame, you know, a shame or shamey. But, you know, it is a shame, the fact that you have to tell these people no, right? That's just when you know that you're really not narcissistic, Pisces. Is the fact that when your heartstrings start thinking, you know what, I really feel sorry for this person because I've had to say no, and I've had to say no, and I had to say no, okay, but then they coach you into pretty much like saying yes, and then when you do, they make you regret saying no, you know, well, they make you regret saying yes. So this is why you're dealing with like a 2. Yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no, no. And it's coming from that 2 energy. So if you haven't got Libra, or the other person hasn't got Libra on their chart, like I said, just look for the energy of where it is around life path number, their life path number, add them together and see what you come up with. 7, 4, 2. Okay, could be there somewhere like that. Okay, but look for any number. But that definitely is here around this yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, yes, no, no, right? And it's like this bit where you end up saying yes, but they end up making you regret the fact that you've reconciled, or that you've spoke, or that you've opened up your emotions and blah blah blah. And the moment you do, the moment they make you feel shit, the moment they make you feel bad, and it's the things that make you go, like, do I really want to do this again? And then they pretty much come around to it again, and they make you feel bad for doing and being who you are, Pisces, and then the moment that you are, you regret it, and then you live in regret. This person makes you feel down. They pull you down, they put you down, they make you feel down, they make you feel depressed. Through being depressed, you get angry, and then when you get angry, they provoke a response, and then you give a response, and then they make you feel shit and angry, and then they make you look as if you're stupid, and then this just a straight up narc, man, straight up narc here. They make you feel as if that you're going mad, as if you're going crazy. As if you're not worthy, and then when you do and you open up, they make you close down, and then they affect your feelings to make you feel down, to make you feel vulnerable, and then when you do, they pretty much feed off that. They feed off people's vulnerability, which means that they can come across very convincing, and then they make you feel vulnerable because that's where they feed off you then, because they don't have any emotion. That's why they do not connect with it. They can only connect with negative emotion. That's why they stir up hysteria in order to feed off your negativity, right? Because they are just so negative. This person might always be very, 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 very negative in life, and they feed off when you're feeling low. Okay, so when you're feeling good is where they will make you feel shit for feeling good. They'll make you feel bad, get a response that they want. They'll go off, they'll probably put on a performance and cocktails of tears. Okay, and then when they do, it's more tears for fears, which make you feel bad for making them cry, or make you feel bad the fact that you did it. And then you start thinking, you know what, am I controlling, and am I really being horrible to this person because they've made me look horrible? And you're in a complete and utter, it's not you, it's the person, okay, it's the person. It's the person, the way you really get to know all of these things is that when you're feeling vulnerable and you're feeling like sorry for the person, that's you connecting with your true empathy thoughts, is that you feel sorry for them, and then when you do, you end up doing it out of feeling sorry for somebody. Okay, this is at home though. I feel for a lot of you. I mean, are you married to this person? Are you in a relationship with this person? But it makes you feel very vulnerable, and because I'm picking up like a vulnerable child. Now this may even be a baby, and I'm channeling for a baby, right? But I don't know. There is like feeling very vulnerable and worried and afraid and afraid not, and into the Pisces bit where everybody's going to say, you know what, I'm not afraid. And it isn't about being afraid really. It's just like being so sick and tired of the whole thing that. A narcissist can also say, like, oh, don't worry, don't be afraid of me, just come here. And you're like, bruv, I'm not afraid of you. I just don't want to be around you. That's just physically, enough is what it is. And then when you say that, they hold you accountable. Okay, and then they just try to put fear into you by being around you, and like every time that you go out the door or something, they enter into the twilight zone and try to make you feel uncomfortable, and they feed off the essence. Fucking straight up narc Pisces. Straight up, they're all big narcissistic tendencies right there. Okay, someone that will not stop tormenting you, will not leave you alone, right? Will not leave you alone, even when you want to be left alone. They have a go at you because you want to be left alone. They just hound you. They will not physically stop. If you don't live with this person, then fuck me, bruv. There's really no complication there. If you don't live with this person, I'm talking about someone that physically lives. Because if not, you're on the metaphysical side. If you don't live with these people, man, fuck, there's no harsh problem there. You don't live with them. You don't have anything to do with them. Well, that's easy. You just block these people out, right? It's quite simple. Block them out. But majority of these are family karma. Family karma. So if you're not living with these people, then well, your last step is blocking them out, right? If not, then it's just this like 12-step program of just like, it's going to take 12 steps, right? So something to do with an addiction or anything like that, or a 12-step program. Okay, like drugs or alcohol, and you're on a program, but you're on a 12-step program. Okay, stuff like this. The program within the program being deleted. I said this in the Aquarian reading, and it's coming up in yours. Okay, so when you've lost your mind metaphysically, right? When you've left your mind metaphysically, when I say to you that you rebirth is an awakening, right? Rebirth and rejuvenation of one's soul is rebirth, right? So it's a scrubbing sequence. When you have an awakening, your mind is being deleted, right? So look at that where we are now. We have been reborn, okay, for Scorpio energy. We've been reborn, and we are now living now, okay. And then through your awakening, your mind loses memories, everything. It relives them, plays them. You forget, like, what, where, what, like retrograde that's your brain being scrubbed. Okay, so if you look at, like, when you're, like, you ascend and everything else, and then you come back into a timeline, and say, okay, we need to send you somewhere in order for your minds to be erased. Well, that is pretty much what happens here. Okay, the eraser. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, but like the eraser. Okay, so or razor light, but that's the light. That is your brain being scrubbed and washed and deleted. Is physically whilst you're here. Like when you're having an awakening, that's your mind being deleted. Okay, so all of your memories and all of your thoughts and your awakening can take you in all kinds of places because you're losing your mind. Okay, so it's very important in order to keep tact of oneself, of realizing that you are a human being, but your mind is being deleted. Okay, so that is pretty much like rebirth, but whilst here, it's kind of like that you don't never really die and you don't ever really kind of like pass. Your soul doesn't, your body does, but your mind is something that goes on forever. Okay, basically, if you look at your memory and your mind and like your awakening and your soul, right? So all of your memories and all of your minds, they all get scrubbed, but you start obviously realizing more and more as you get going on in each timeline, right? So if you look at where you are now, your mind is kind of like being deleted. As the further that you wake up, your mind is pretty much being scrubbed and deleted as you furtherly go on and you awake further up. Okay, so an awakening is your mind being deleted. That's what that pretty much feels like. Okay, so keep tact of one's mind there. Okay, even though you can't because it's being deleted, right? So something here is being deleted. Okay, delete, 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 delete. You see, these could be people that, man, it came up through an Aquarius reading. The people that make a comment and then delete it, make a comment and then delete it because they think that other people are watching. Okay, don't worry about that. If you're worried about that, you're riddled with PTSD and karma. You're riddled with PTSD and karma just thinking that other people are going to be watching your comments that you're putting. You really got to calm yourselves down through that, right? I've been through it. I know exactly what it's like. In the end, I wasn't bothered whatsoever. It didn't matter. It's only when you fear, okay, you fear because of the awakening. There's the fear that comes out within your mind, okay? I explained this in the Aquarius reading. It's like that film where they're on a train, okay, and they plug into a system and they go into a dream, within a dream, within a dream, and they go further down, and they make up like a Matrix thing, and it was made by the same people, right? And then when they're in there, all those people start chasing them down and looking at them as she's explaining to him about this. It has to look real, like the stairs has to look real because we're going to try and get this person in this dream and make them feel as if they're really awake. Okay, so all these people in the end, they started to realise if they said something whilst there, their head would turn and look at them, okay, and realise that they were speaking about something. That is a spirit. That is what an awakening feels like, okay? It's your mind. It's exactly the same as that film. You know, where it all folds in and bends up and stuff like that? That film is exactly what an awakening is like, okay? So when you're navigating yourself through openness, your mind is being watched. Your thoughts are being watched all of the time. You are always being watched. You're always being listened to. You're always being there, okay? So when your mind is creating so much hysteria through loads of twin flame shit and stuff like that as well, okay, if you're having PTSD and you're having like awakenings, your mind is going to create what you feel is being watched is really just empathy. It's like your mind becoming an empath. An empath thinks and feels everything. That's why I can do all of this very calmly and very quietly, because I need to relax my mind in order to be able to give a clear message, right? And that's where the concept of like meditation, it helps you, but you cannot move a planet with meditation. Meditation will not move a planet. A crystal that you hold, it will not move a planet. I haven't done a thing, and my vision now has come clear. Why is that? Because it's now roughly the 22nd. That means that retrograde has gone direct and I can now feel completely different. But I haven't done a bloody thing, Pisces. I have not touched a crystal. I don't have any. I have, but they're all in boxes in different places. I don't have candles. I don't meditate, okay? I literally just let the energy be what it is. It is what it is. It's energy, okay? So you have to relax into that, knowing that one day or eventually things are going to start to get better, okay? So there's this getting better. Something is making you feel better. It might be something that arrives that makes you feel better. Okay, it could be the visit from a person. It could be a thing that arrives up that starts to make you feel better. Okay, it could be like the CPAP thing, but stuff like that. Okay, some kind of like medicine that you might have that starts to make you feel better. If you're taking medicine, that's fine. You do whatever you like, but it makes you feel better. Okay, whatever it is that you do, it makes you feel better, is what they're saying. Okay, so again, another reading. Something that you have that cannot be cured, but it makes you feel better. But it is an uncurable disease, but it is something that you have that makes you feel better. Okay, so it's like my CPAP or like Simvastatin and stuff like that. Right, please. Okay, they're not Simvastatin, that's Atanovatin or whatever it's called. Okay, but like that, something that cannot be cured, but it's something that helps. Okay, so something like that. Okay. Help, I need somebody helps, someone helps, Joanne helps, or something helps, okay? But I need somebody help, not just anybody help. When I was younger, so much younger than today. Young, Adam and Eve. There is something around a Gemini energy huge here. Okay, help, I need some help, I need some help, I need some assistance. I need a PA, I need some assistance. Some assistance. That'd be my channel. You know, I keep trying all the best that I can in order to get these messages out to people, but no matter what I do or what I try, it doesn't grow too much too quickly. Okay, so any assistance there? But like, yeah, I keep picking up like an assistant manager or something, or trying to get an assistant manager or something, or becoming an assistant manager, you know. Yeah, I think I'm going to kind of leave your messages there, Pisces, because I do feel a lot of this control thing here, and I think it's some way, somehow, some way, it's kind of like blocking your path. It's kind of like stopping you from moving on and moving forward, of some kind of like a Virgo-y feeling of like, you know, like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm stuck between heaven and hell, and it's basically family. This the hardest karma that you can ever really have is family. Because I always say, man, if this is a love life and it's that difficult, man, just dump this person. Just like, you know, or like, I mean, it's hard to dump a metaphysical connection, so don't take no notice of me. You can't just dump a metaphysical connection. Because, well, I mean, you can, but the other person's still stuck with it. That's what I'm saying. You know, you can dump a person and they can have, like, a metaphysical connection with you, and it drives them crazy, the fact that they have a metaphysical connection, or you have it. But there's a lot of metaphysics stuff here, okay, stuff that really doesn't make sense, or you know, that kind of thing here. Okay. But you do have to relax into these kind of things, because, you know, if you are on that metaphysical side and you're interested in a Pisces, you know, that metaphysical side is basically there just to expand your mind. That's what a metaphysical connection is. Well, that's what a soulmate, so your twin flame, does, right? It spiritually awakens you, and through that process is where you're going to probably start going fucking crazy, start going mad. Okay, drama triangle 3. Okay, look for the number. Okay, look for the number. Yeah, but waiting on something, waiting room, hospital, stuff like that, operation, maybe, waiting on operation, waiting on something opera or Oprah, waiting on Oprah Winfrey show or something like that, going on Oprah Winfrey. But like, waiting for something to happen, okay, and then when it does, that's Aquarian, need to watch that. But like also waiting for something, like a waiting room, something like medical, pharmaceutical, pills, something, or like a machine or something like that, waiting on it to arrive, okay? Like a waiting room. I need to go to a waiting room to have an operation or something like that, right? But to get news of. That's what you got coming up for the week, Pisces. Thanks very much for listening to my free channel messages. If you would like to contribute and also look at now your tarot reading, that will appear up on the screen, and it will come out probably about 5 minutes after these channel messages, and you'll probably see it on the screen here. One will take you towards the numerology bit of finding that number, and the other one will be your actual tarot reading for the week. If it doesn't come up, you can just find it. It just comes out pretty much straight after this one. These are all going to be done separately now, where it'll be channel messages and then tarot reading. Okay, so I really appreciate you listening, and let's see what's going to now come up in your actual tarot reading. Okay, Pisces, thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you soon.